Kirby Smart, he can sell water to a well. He can sell ice in Alaska. Kirby Smart is a tremendous talker. I'll give you that. He's a guy that he can get his point across. He's a tremendous talker. Very interesting guy. And one thing I like to do is just hear different perspectives of different college football coaches and understand what they're doing. Sometimes you can take away some good things and from that. So, dealing with the conference that they're in, they're doing media tours. He went on a show, really good show, and he talked about having everybody back, and he was all over the place, But one thing that stood out was that he made a really good point. How many championship teams do you know returns all of their coaches? In any sport, it doesn't have to just be college football. If you really sit down and think about it, that's a tremendous point. How many, teams do you know, especially at a high level, Division I, or even the professional level, whether it's the NBA, the NFL, which is very popular in the United States, MLB. I don't know about. I might be saying it wrong with MLB, but for sure, with the NBA, with the NFL, college football, college basketball, how many teams can you name that legitimately won a championship, returned all their coaches? You can go back and look and see that a lot of them leave. We've seen even this past year with the Super Bowl with the Philadelphia Eagles. They went to the Super Bowl. They lost. They didn't win it. Some of their coaches got head coaching jobs. And we see that all the time. You can look to Alabama. Nick Saban loses his coaches all the time. And you can look to pretty much any team that's successful. They're going to lose coaches. You can look all over the landscape. You just look at the SEC. Teams that are successful, they lose their coaches. That's a really good point that all of them came back. How he pulled that off, I don't know. He talked about the great culture that they have down in Georgia. I'm saying down because obviously I'm Midwest, so down in Georgia that they have a great culture, great campus environment, great program environment. I mean, you can't argue with that. You can't argue with the man. That's great. And then he went on and he discussed the 2020 class. The C word, what happened, I can't repeat the word, but they're all seniors now. And he said that he signed 20 players. They have 17 of them that are still here in 2023. I believe, following this year, they should graduate. So they kept 17 out of 20 from that 2020 year. With everything that went on virtually and recruiting and all that, kept all of them, 17 out of 20. That's a really high percentage. I kept all my coaches, and we just went back-to-back national championships. Now, I don't know about the 2021 when they won. I don't know how many coaches came back. But from that 2022 coaching staff national championship team, all the coaches are back. What he's building down there is impressive, I have to admit. And to pull that off is a tremendous feat. And especially, I don't know which is more impressive, the coaches coming back or you being able to keep 17 out of 20 guys that you recruited and not hit the portal. And that's really amazing. So you got to give your hats off. That's why they're one of the best teams. I'm not saying they're the best team in the country, but one of the best teams in the country this year. They have the right to be number one as of now. As of now, they have the right to be number one. But that is extremely impressive. Regardless how the season goes, that's impressive by Kirby Smart. Extremely impressive. That's off the charts impressive.